What's up everybody, Ben with the BTC Sessions here, and this is your daily session.
Hodl that Bitcoin.
Before we dive into the news, I just want to remind everybody, please head over to my website, btcsessions.ca. There you can reach out to me directly if you'd like to book me for your own session. That can be really anything if you want to learn about Bitcoin, setting up a wallet, proper security, or really any other overarching topics. I'm here and I will be checking my emails regularly. Also, if you would like that stupid picture of me on your chest or your phone or your mug or whatever, absolutely swing by my Teespring link, which will be down below as well. Also, I made a shirt that says your altcoin sucks, so that's a thing. Anyways, let's dive into it. And the first story today is, it would seem that the CBOE has pulled their application for the Bitcoin ETF. Now, this is in response to the government shutdown, and it looks like, again, market didn't seem to care. Anyways, so the SEC employees that would have been dealing with this are furloughed from their work, so they're not working right now, so nothing can be done with the ETF. So this is a quote here: CBOE's decision to withdraw its filing with the SEC to list and trade shares of the VanEck SolidX Bitcoin Trust is a function of timing related to the US government shutdown as the end of the review period approaches. So pretty much once they pulled their application, when they do reapply, that restarts the clock on everything, which means we could be in for quite a wait. But I feel like we don't really need the ETF. Bitcoin has been around for 10 years. I mean, we're gonna get an ETF eventually, but I don't feel it's necessary right away. I don't really care. It seems, yes, a lot of people got excited about it early on, but I think everybody's pretty jaded at this point. Nobody gives a shit. Let's see if anybody else gives a shit. Hold on. Yo, Francis. Yep. You give a shit about the ETF?
ETF? Which ETF? No,
I don't give
a shit at all.
Nobody gives a shit. Anyways, the market seemed not to care. If you take a look over at CoinMarketCap, on the day, we've had 0.5% movement, and in the other direction, so it's going up barely, but it seems like a big meh from everybody. Moving on. This is an article from Bitcoinist.com. It's Bitcoin's Lightning Network now beating altcoins at their own game. So a lot of the altcoins and a lot of the narrative that has been happening over the past, I'd say 2 years or more, had to do with scaling. And hey, Bitcoin can only handle a megabyte of data every 10 minutes. And hey, the fees are going up because of that limited space. And Bitcoin's, I guess, stance thus far has been base layer optimizations and layer 2 solutions like the Lightning Network. Now, there was an interview recently of John Carvalho, who works for a company called Bitrefill. I'll show you what it looks like here. So Bitrefill allows people to top up their phones. That was kind of the first thing that they did. But then they started to add in gift cards. So Amazon, Hotels.com, Steam, Google Play, Apple Store, all that kind of stuff, Best Buy. And it's a pretty popular site. And so they started with just Bitcoin. In 2016, they added, you can see down here, they've got a lot of different payment options: Dash, Doge, Litecoin, Ethereum. So they added altcoins, and just recently in 2018, they added Lightning Network. And this was far before there were really any easy options. You're starting to see more. I've done videos on a couple simple onboarding processes for Lightning or the Casa node or Wallet of Satoshi. A lot of different stuff is starting to pop up. But anyways, in this interview of John Carvalho on what was it? It was on the Bitcoin News Show, I believe. Anyways, he was on and he was talking about what their volume was like when it came to Lightning. And according to John, it's actually double of what most altcoins are doing. So this is the most recent edition of how to pay on the site, and it's already doubled the volume of the average altcoin on their site. So now the bulk of the transactions done are still Bitcoin main chain transactions, but they gave some numbers here. It looks like around I believe they said around 4% of transactions are Lightning Network, and the altcoins tend to only be coming in at around half of that. So yeah, kind of beating altcoins at their own game. I think that's an apt title here. So hopefully we see that trend continue. I'm sure we will, given the interest and the flurry of activity around development and the easy to use wallets coming out. It's an exciting time to be in Bitcoin. Speaking of exciting, from one happy-go-lucky story to another, it appears that the XRP market cap may be overstated by billions. And this is according to a crypto data startup called Messari. So this is their website here. I've actually featured them in another video with their kind of coin market cap equivalent that has a lot more data there. But they put out a report, and they were talking about how the market cap of I want to say Ripple because it is Ripple, but XRP is calculated. And so they're making reference to the fact that the circulating pegged the circulating supply of Ripple right now is around 41 billion tokens at their current price, whatever that happens to be right now, about 31.5 cents. Anyways, the company itself holds the bulk of it. So Ripple holds about 60 billion or just shy of 60 billion tokens. Well, then you also have a whole bunch of Ripple tied up elsewhere, a whole bunch of XRP tied up elsewhere. So you've got the founder, Jed McCaleb, has around 6.7 billion XRP that he's unable to sell, or rather there's an agreement between him and Ripple that he cannot sell all of them. He needs to gradually unload. There are, let's see, there's around over 19 billion of the circulating XRP may be illiquid or have significant selling restrictions. So some of these other metrics, around 5.9 billion XRP pledged by the co-founder to a nonprofit called Rippleworks. It hasn't been delivered as well. Let's see, Messari identified 2.5 billion XRP held by Rippleworks that are also subject to daily selling restrictions. So what may have been sold in bulk is being held back, which could be propping up the price of XRP. Let's see what else. Further, the report also estimates that as much as 4.1 billion XRP sold via XRP2, Ripple's money services business, is also subject to selling restrictions. So it sounds an awful lot like the price staying at where it is very much reliant on the fact that people are not allowed to sell their holdings other than kind of the base market. The other thing that they've also reported on is in regards to trading volume. So the trading volume I found very, very interesting. So they said that in their Q4 report, Ripple said that daily XRP volume average was $585.7 million. Now, the interesting part is that more than 99% of XRP trading volume seems to be coming from overseas exchanges. And these ones are not heavily regulated and have been accused or suspected of wash trading. And that's where somebody, if you're unfamiliar with wash trading, that's where somebody is able to be both buying and selling an asset simultaneously to give the market skewed metrics about demand for something. So you could have an account with a shit ton of XRP and you could have an account with whatever the local currency is, or Bitcoin or something else, and you could be selling XRP to yourself and buying at higher and higher prices, inflating the price, making everybody think that the market just has a lot of demand for XRP. So I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of angry Ripple people commenting on this, but I mean, this is not great sounding, to put it lightly. And hey, I'm not a big fan of Ripple, so anything like this puts a little smirk on my face, as you can tell. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow for your daily session.